position. Are we live? Are we audible? Hello, hello. Let me go on Twitch and have a listen. How do we sound?
Pretty damn good.
That is great to hear. Okay. Sorry, I just listening to myself is weird. Great. Hello and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros, D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I'm your Dungeon Master Romeo, and as ever I'm joined by the lovely Virla as Hilira, the cleric of the now travel domain, Amalia, the Leonin Echo Knight, Skotinos, the blood magic sorcerer by Morse, and of course, my bad, Violet being in the role of Amalia, and our very own new ally as Bakios, the wild magic human barbarian. Bithynia, your favorite warlock of the Sphinx, will be hopefully along later, but she might not be able to attend this session, and we miss her very much, and can't wait for her to come back. Without further ado, I believe last time we left off, you guys finally have having arrived at the mouth of the Frost Gauntlet, ventured in. All you knew of the Frost Gauntlet, as you followed Rorak Dustcrawler, Amalia's pride mate, and one of the few still loyal to the old Dustcrawler way, is that Amalia's father, Baragon, had taken the remaining cohorts of the Dustcrawlers, and in an attempt to reclaim respect for his pride, tried to clear out the Frost Gauntlet, which was an old passage that used to be able to cut across the Cataclysm Mountains, but hadn't been in use for decades. And anybody who had tried to reclaim it had never returned. You traveled for a holy day in almost pure black. However, eventually, as I turn on the ambience, you eventually emerged into what you can only describe as a strait of pure ice upon the most frigidly frozen riverbed. Hearing the sounds of the rushing water beneath you, and surrounded on all sides by walls of the thickest frigid doom, you traveled forward slowly and cautiously. Eventually, you were ambushed by a small camp of Minotaur, of various different ilks and sizes that had taken up point here and seemed to be lying in wait of any wary adventurer. You dispatched them quite handily, and moving onwards from that, you discovered one of the main targets of your mission, as it were, Rorak's sister, Krisha, as well as 5 other Dustcrawler clan, who seem to have surrounded this frozen corpse of a Gorgon. Evidently, some of the magic still lingered, for they were all reduced to petrified statues. Sore from the march and the battle, you decided to hunker down within the Frost Gauntlet, in the room where the Minotaur had met their grisly fate. You bedded in under Bithynia's dome, and that is where we come to now, as you all awaken. You look around you. Bithynia's already up, sort of just maintaining the dome, and is humming to herself as she uses a small eldritch cantrip to heat up some tea. And just Morning, guys.
I would just like to highlight that Botch is still in bed. Buckios is still in bed. He is not an early riser unless there's a fight happening. So I will need to be shaken awake if somebody wants, if somebody needs my attention.
And Skotinos is not present in the dome.
You guys do notice, Hilira, you pop your head out for a moment just to get a bearing of your surroundings. And it is much colder today. As in, like, it literally stings your cheeks, and you have to immediately retreat back into the dome.
It's very cold today. It's bad weather.
There's a murmur of some sleepy but shivery agreement from the room where the petrified Gorgon and frozen Gorgon was.
Scotty, how long have you been up?
I slept by the Gorgon's thing in my warm weather clothing, but I slept by the Gorgon.
Okay. Towards the end of the evening, the temperature suddenly shifted to what could be described as extreme cold. I will need you to please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Problem. That is a 10.
That just succeeds. You do not awaken with a point of exhaustion.
I will, however, get up and acquiesce to the dome for the few moments.
Your
left
hair is
before we
covered
leave.
in frostbite, like, as in, like, it. Your face stings. Like, you're woken up by the actual pain that it is to just move your face because of how cold it is.
I sit down by the probably dead fire and just go. So, moving on, I guess.
Bithynia just looks at you and says, "Can I flick you to see if you shatter?"
Go on.
Nothing happens.
What's going on? Who's getting flicked? I know the sound of a good flicking. What?
You do
Is there any
awaken,
wine?
Bakios. You've been sleeping sort of like splayed out, and you sort of look up, and there's this little four-winged cat that's basically on your chest.
Whose is this? What is this? What?
That's making biscuits on your bare chest.
Cat biscuits.
You know, making biscuits where it paws.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant shitting on my chest.
No.
Oh, he's doing the art of massage.
Yeah.
Massage. Okay.
Does a little bit, but then sort of like arches, and then its wings beating in alternating formation just gets back up and flies up and lands on Bithynia's shoulder.
Keep get the cat away from me. I will skin it and I will add it to my primary collection. Is there any wine? No?
Well, there was the fermented blood that we tried.
I mean, I'm an alcoholic, but not that much of an alcoholic. Give it a couple days. I mean,
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was too nice.
Mr. DM, have we done a long rest? So a successful long rest, yeah? Good stuff. Sorry, just double checking. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. So I just moodily just hunker down, just fondling my long axe, waiting for the off. I'm not used to waiting for other people in the morning.
Also, in the absence of alternative information, I'm gonna I'm gonna say that Bithynia popped a hellish rebuke inside her helmet the night before. I don't think she used any spell slots, so.
We had quite a lot of spells,
Did
actually. We
did we
finished
use
that
the
quite
healing?
quick. Do we use the what?
We had the healing right in the helmet. The healing helmet, I called it.
I don't know if you replenished that. If you remember that, if you believe you did, then I'll happily retract. I just.
No, have fun.
We'll see. We'll a spell is
Yeah.
in it, and we'll let off whatever spell it is. Oh no, you seem hurt.
Okay.
Oh, no!
Bakios, you do see that Bithynia, who's wearing, she you haven't seen her wear it before, but she pops on this proper Miletian hoplite helm, with, it has the blue and white crest, which is endemic to Meletis, but this one in particular has the metal portion, the part that actually holds the plume, is white, is longer, almost like a fin, with, like ridges and almost like a, columned stone bridge that runs across her head, sort of. But yeah, so the part that holds the plume is longer, and the plume itself is shorter, almost like a horse's mane in appearance. I'll show you personally, just so you got a reference. This good.
Cool.
But you do notice that the glyph at the center is now glowing blue.
Oh my. You look magnificent.
Thank you.
Oh my, I mean, as you can quite clearly see as I run my hands through my beard, I don't normally go in for helmets, but if I was to go for a helmet, that would be quite tasty.
It is pretty nice, isn't it?
Right. What's the next move, everyone? I mean, are we killing are we breaking the Gorgon, or are we heating her up, or are we pressing on? What are we doing?
How out of curiosity, what is the passive perception of your guy?
Of Botch,
Yeah.
15.
It's fairly you notice Skatinos, while still shivering, bristle very suddenly at something you said, but then continues to kind of try and warm his hands up.
Getting a bit cold there, little Scotty boy.
And he turns and gives you a look, and there's a bit of a coldness to it, but then he comes back to sort of like a smile and goes, just a bit. I think we're moving on, though. Bithynia, you were putting the hallucinatory thing with the staff.
Oh, yes, of course.
My head
And
will
she
get better soon.
walks up to the spot with the the petrified Leonin are, and did you want to do anything with the Gorgon before we patch it up temporarily?
I would, but maybe not now. And he gives a sort of like sly, like side look over to Butch, and also I forget the name of the other Leonin.
Rorak.
Rorak. But then look back to Bithynia.
And as you have that look, your mind jumps back to maybe a couple hours ago, unbeknownst to anybody who was sound asleep at the time. As curiosity got the better of you. You couldn't help but wipe away a little bit of the dew, I don't know what's called, the fog that had built up on the frozen form of the Gorgon. And just peering in ever so slightly, you saw a faint green glow, which flashed, and all of a sudden, you screamed out in pain as your eyes burned more than they'd ever burned before. You reeled for a moment, but then as you open your eyes again, you look down to get your bearings, and just out of the corner of your eye, you spotted a sort of green coloration that would seem to be in your veins seep away for a moment. It wasn't like be there, almost like Iron Man's sort of like black veiny things, but bright green, before it faded away and seemed to dissipate into your bloodstream. I'm sure you know what I'm explaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Carry on.
But nobody picks up on this, Scotty, as you think to yourself. Right, and Bithynia taps her staff, and she will cast hallucinatory terrain to make this area look like just a wall of ice. So I'm going to just make a note. How many does it regain? So 1d6 plus 4, so that would be, yeah, she'd get them all back. So she will spend another 4 charges to cast hallucinatory terrain again, to bring us back to exactly the same place. Long rest. Take long rest. I realize, yep. Cool. And Bithynia turns like, right. Shall we then?
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Right. Can I get a marching order?
By the way, I'm still asleep if no one's noticed, by the way.
Oh shit.
How perceptive are? What's your passive perception at? We've all been talking and shouting and doing shit.
But kitty cats and sleeps.
Oh, yeah.
Well, eventually the dome is just going to disappear. And,
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a rude
Bithynia looks at
awakening.
you, Amalia, and just taps her staff and drops the dome. And it's immediately like knives are being driven into your face.
I take out a loose cord from my pouch and part my beard up to sort of be like reverse earmuffs. So I've got like a small top knot with my beard like up there. Yeah, and I do this with such a practice motion. And I see you all like turning to look at me laughing because I've been on my own for so long. I'll be like, what? Got to use what I've got, right?
You do have to brush
Bloody cock.
icicles out of your beard as they've already begun forming.
Yes, but my ears are nice and toasty.
You guys are all shivering as it's like it is impossible to escape this cold. It seems to be literally seeping into your bones.
I wouldn't even want to pretend to try and touch my ears because I know it will be horrible. So I just let the pain just numb them.
Why didn't you just tap me? I would have woken up.
I did tap you.
And plus, this is
didn't
really,
you?
it's really funny.
I'm still not sure if I like you. You have a cool axe. That's a plus.
Yes, and you have a bigger axe, and if I had such an axe, people would ask if I was overcompensating for something. But I don't know. I'm just going to leave that there.
Okay, next time you fall asleep with one eye open, because I might just break your axe.
Well, if I fall asleep with this eye open, indicating with the eye with the scar on it, with the scar through it, I don't think it will make much of a difference.
She kind of gets up from where she was sitting, grabs her axe from where she was like hugging it, and then slaps him on the back of the head and is like, "Let's move."
That resonated more than I expected it to.
Put it this way, Amalia. There's a list in my head, and I just crossed you off it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Ali, your the armor you're wearing is now in D&D Beyond. You can search for it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And I had a list of people I don't like, and you're on that list.
Yay!
Okay.
And yet, I'm still
Bithynia
alive.
taps
I'm on a
the
lot of people's
staff and
lists.
casts Silent Image, and will project a small, like, depiction of a baby Amalia, or like a toddler Amalia and a toddler Bacchios. Bacchios still has a beard and everything, like in full itty bitty plate, like bickering and like doing this. That's you guys. That is how you look right now.
I take my dagger out and I just look between them and then go, how do I tell which one's the real one? And then put the dagger away and start moving.
Roll for sarcasm, which I guess
this.
is it's persuasion because
Being a
you're.
dick. Well, roll for being
Yeah.
a dick. Always roll for that.
Should be a category in D&D Beyond. Roll for being a dick.
Chasm. Persuasion and 20.
How does a 21 affect you two?
I start laughing because I appreciate a good joke.
I keep my head in case I lose my head to an axe attack.
Listen, Scotty boy, I appreciate a good joke.
By the way, I just realized, I don't know if it was intentional, but Bacchios' character art looks a teeny tiny bit like Nick Offerman. And I can't unsee it now.
Who the hell
Ron
is Nick
Swanson.
Offerman? Oh my god, yes. It totally does.
You
Put it this way: Botch and Bron are very similar characters. He does not eat the food that his food eats. Put it that way.
Good to know. But if you guys are vamoosing, can I get a marching order? Oh,
I'm very keen to get going, so I'll take up the lead behind Senor Leonin, who's leading the party.
Rorak, yes, of course.
I will take the back after spending a bit of time to check and make sure the hallucinatory terrain looks good. And pointedly
Roll
kind
a
of just
perception
waiting until
check.
everyone else is coming. He's not really check. Okay. It's probably more performance because he's not really checking. He's making it look like that's what he's checking, rather than.
Oh, right, okay, then no
doing
worries.
anything else. Yeah.
Per the staff's magic, though, she does get a +2, so the DC would have been 19.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep, any DC to perceive the illusions as fake has a +2 to it. Per the magic of the staff. Staff of the Mirage. Thank you, Griffin Saddlebag. Right, so Rorak, Bacchios, who is next?
Sure, I'll be after that.
Alright, and we'll say Bithynia is after you with Amalia bringing up the rear. Oh wait, sorry, Bithynia, Scotty, and then Amalia bringing up the rear.
I let Amalia go first.
Okay.
Can I be walking kind of sideways? Because I noticed that Scotty has icicles, so like I've got like my paws on either side of his face to kind of like warm them up.
Ah.
Which is weird for someone that looks like he's cold-blooded, with the lack of blood that's in his that shows in his skin. He seems to very much approve of the warm hands.
They're warm paws. I don't have hands. I have paws.
Very true.
Toby. She has hand and toe beans.
Morse, can I ask you to preside over Bithynia's sheet during combat specifically, just so I'm
Yep,
not...
understood. I'll set that up now.
I only have so much
Okay.
RAM.
That's iPhone for you.
You're not wrong. Okay, so Rorak will slink ahead. And as you guys march along... I'll do that in a second. I'll move you guys as or if need be. So you move along another one of these incredibly narrow passages. At one point you have to basically shimmy to get through. And every time you touch the ice, it as the cold does not let up. One by one, you manage to pour through, and passing through this narrow passage, you finally are able to shimmy out of it after a few minutes of very slow movement, and you come to a sort of fork, left and right.
I would like to examine the ground as we did before for any traces of tracks or markings left behind.
Make a survival check.
Yes, sir. Right. That's a 22.
You do see tracks in the ground, heading towards the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you'll never guess we're going to the left again.
Sorry, no, to the right. To the right.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. No, my vision there went completely fucked, and I forgot the difference between left and right. We are going right. We're going right. Let's go.
Hey, so you said
Come
you
on,
rolled a
Rorak.
22, actually, right?
22. Yeah. 13 plus 9.
I'll say you see actually, didn't realize it was that high. You see separate tracks traveling down each path. Each of them looks different.
Oh. Okay. What's the situation with each
They're both
path?
paw prints. The ones traveling the ones traveling right are bigger.
Right, everyone. Scratch what I said before. We've got a decision to make now. Clearly, we've got two choices here. We can go on the left, which looks to be the pansy way, because these paws are small, insignificant, maybe, they've not been eating their Weetabix in the morning. And then on the right, these are big, meaty paw prints. More of a challenge, more of a fight. What do you guys think?
So basically,
it's possible
right
they
is my dad.
Yeah, and the left might be the weaker ones.
Left would be weak.
Also, the dead guy said, "Left is forward, right is a dead end. Ha ha ha!
Oh.
You will die." So.
Oh, shit. I completely forgot. Top marks, that girl. Let's go left.
Very well.
Yes, it is.
Diligent note taker strikes again. I vote left.
Everybody wants to travel left?
Yeah, as we go, as we get to that junction, I guess we can't really see anything about the right junction that looks interesting. Just looks like
Make
another
a...
path.
Do you want to look at it?
No, not really. It's just if it was like we could see something
Make a perception
further
check.
away, but very quickly, so not taking too much time. It's very cold, and I think my eyeballs might be made of ice at this
Yeah,
point.
they sting and you squint, and you can't really see anything. Would you roll? Yeah, you can't really make anything out in either direction.
Seeing Scotty sort of looking and sort of squinting, I want to sort of reassure him. So I, look down, scooping up some of the snow from the left-hand side, and same thing as yesterday, crunch into it, thinking, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, and I would like to cast out some magic awareness within 60 feet to see if there's any presence of magic nearby.
Remind me the wording on that. Is that specifically is it the same?
Yeah, as an action, you can open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic until the end of your next turn. So, out of combat, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet. That isn't behind total
Right.
cover.
You do not sense anything.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. I think we should go left.
Scotty, why is he eating snow?
I imagined maybe he can taste the pheromones of who he's tracking. I guess I'm not a ranger, but I've seen some rangers do unspeakable things when tracking wild creatures through the forest.
Okay, it's just weird because you know some people pee in the forest, some people pee in the sun.
Listen, I know full well you do not eat yellow snow, and this snow is purest white, a little bit bit gritty, proper vintage though. Good, it was good stuff.
I'm also aware he didn't get the chance to have a fight last time. I'm eager to see what he can do.
Listen, I am an old man. I'm 45, right? I need a bit of a rest every now and again. And if somebody wants to come along with a big fuck off axe and take away some of the torment, I think I can live with that. Even if it did cost me 10 gold.
Could have cost an axe.
I mean, if she'd have taken it, I'd have said I might have loopholed her. I said I didn't say how long you could keep it for.
Can we focus?
I wouldn't take a man's weapon.
Oh yes, mission. Let's go.
Where are we going?
We're going to the left.
Where?
Very well.
Let's
you guys...
go, Rorschach.
Rorschach,
sorry, not Rorschach.
You know what? Just to avoid any potential spoilers, I may just do it. So you guys are gonna go 0 dark 30 for a second. I'll just teleport you in, Azure, if need be. You know what? Actually, I'll even activate this one for the moment. It's happened before where as your tokens move, because there's like an animation and you'll like see everything, and I'm trying to avoid that this time. Very well. You travel down the path. Very quietly. Very carefully. So, Bakios. How much do you weigh?
Ooh. I weigh a good solid 200 pounds. A big beefy boy. Plus all my gear and equipment is a 56.
Exactly,
so yeah, let's say
pounds?
give or take 200. Okay, let's say 205.
Okay. As you guys are traveling along, Bakios, you take a step and you hear a like that sort of sound that ice cracking as it sort of bubbles in the water makes. And then you just go straight. The ice under you cracks and sunders aside, and you fall straight into the water. Yeah, it is about 10 feet deep.
Fuck.
Can we see him, like, where he is?
Is it running water
Make a
under
strength
the
saving
ice?
throw.
Oh, I'm good at these. That's a dirty 20.
So you catch the rim of the cracked ice and pull yourself out.
Oh, okay, am I on the side? Okay, so I'm on the edge of this thing. Okay, I would like to, seeing as how I've run into this kind of thing before, I would like to lie down, you know, sort of like spread eagle myself and distribute my weight more evenly.
You do that. As you lie there, you realize that you're actually having a hard time breathing. The cold water, coupled with the fact that the temperature has not elevated even a little bit, is making it very difficult to get by.
Okay. Does anybody in here know how to cast fire?
Yep, hang on. And
Come
I
at
will
me,
attempt
big-
to,
come
I'm
at
gonna
me,
attempt
big
to
boy.
light a torch,
No, hit me.
and I'll just drop the torch on you.
I meant hit me. Hit me with your best shot. I'm so fucking cold.
Does anyone know how to prestidigitate? I wish I did, but...
Didn't we have a pretty stone for that?
The stone
Yes.
will remove grime and dirt, not water.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
Fuck it all. So go. At this point, my hair is come loose and
it's
now
not come
just
loose at all.
freezing.
It's done that thing, you know, in like those Finnish saunas where they flick their hair up and it freezes solid. Except it's just basically your hair is frozen solid.
Yeah. As in, I could, but if I headbutted somebody, where I get 1d4 piercing damage instead of bludgeoning.
Basically, yeah. I'll check something actually. One moment.
I don't think I have anything beyond a torch to drop on you that can help.
Hilira will walk up like side shimmy and like put her seafarer's cloak on you, which is small because she's a small being, so it does literally nothing. But she did something.
It's like a baby's blanket on top of my chest.
Like a little wet blanket.
Well, I wrap it around my head for now.
Yeah, no, your hair can't keep your ears warm anymore, so you've got the cloak now.
Awesome, thanks.
Can Amalia take the cloak from him, sit it on the floor, give it back to Hilira, turn hers sideways, and like put it on top of your chest, like you're like, because you know I'm big, so.
Okay.
So it's like this way instead of that way. Better?
It's slightly better. Oh.
Rorak takes a step forward. Move aside. And he beckons you all to move aside.
I'll step back so there's additional shimmering space because I imagine we're still quite tight.
Yeah, so it was you guys are in it's opened up slightly now so that it's about 10 feet wide, but that's about it. Rorak sort of is gonna make a survival check. And with a modified 18, we'll say.
Yep.
We shouldn't congregate on more than... We shouldn't congregate on less than 10 feet of ice. On 10 feet or less of...
Spread ourselves out.
But look...
I'll back up more.
Looking at your sort of freezing form, though, he will, roll his shoulders and, he will touch a sort of druidic... Or is it not druidic, but like a sort of totem of, animal claws necklace that he has around his neck. And he will cast Conjure Critters, which is a new spell I added. And, so the wording of the spell is, face spirits that take the form of beasts and appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range. And one of the options is 8 beasts of challenge rating 0, and as long as they cannot attack. And he will basically summon 8 cats in sort of like a... They have like a sort of like African lynx kind of like appearance to them, like sort of... And they'll all just swarm into existence and just wrap themselves around you and...
Oh.
Just like full on
pile
on to you.
Oh my god, that feels weird but amazing. Oh, and I slowly start to stand up. Do they sort of like hang on to me?
Don't. Rorak stops you and says, "Let them dry you and warm you. Then you can move."
These are my... Yay, my new friends, yay. I'll call this one Mimbo, and this one Bimbo, and this one Simbo. So yeah, I wait until I start to feel dry and warm until I stop shaking and I feel the frostbite not chilling at my fingers anymore.
It does take about 30 minutes or so, just to be.
Oh, I would honestly. Can we keep moving? Maybe moving would be a good idea as well. Keep my blood pumping, you know.
Well.
Oh.
And having been dried, you guys move along.
Do you keep the torch?
No, I think I ignore it on the floor because it immediately went out after touching my
probably.
sodden body. So I'll let you pick that up if you don't mind.
Yeah, fair.
And as you guys move along, you after about maybe a minute or so, you hear a noticeable difference in the ice beneath you now. And Rex sort of taps it with his claw. This should be a little safer. Still,
Oh, fuck.
we don't know
Uh,
how strong it is over here elsewhere. Move with caution. And a few more minutes later, you guys do emerge. It opens up. Sorry, man, what is with me today? It opens up to a large oblong cavern. I'm not saying as in. So it opens up to a large oblong cavern that Rex sort of bids you guys stop. Looks around. With a perception check of 22. Looks clear. Still, be on your guard. And he'll take a step forward.
As we're going, Bithynia will cast and maintain a spell of Detect Evil and Good.
nice.
Just to see if I can. Oh, she can only do it upcast them though, can't she? No, never mind. No, never mind. I keep forgetting. She hasn't got many slots. I'll save them.
Very well. Oh wait, is that with a spell slot, or is that one of her once per day without expending a invocation?
Yeah.
Detect Evil and Good is a first level spell, isn't it? Oh no, here we go.
It is.
Warlock. Let's see, manage spells. Nope, she has it as an
Yeah, use the
actual.
pack
She,
slot.
then she took the spell. Okay. So you're not doing that?
But yeah, no.
Okay.
No, she said it got 2 things, so no, I won't do that. Is there enough space for us to move as to spread the group up a little
yeah, you
bit
can.
now?
So
or,
basically, you
still
guys
in
can
the-
fill out the space. And this is like more similar to the wider cavern of where the Minotaurs were, although it is empty. And you guys sort of fill out the space, and you notice that sort of right next to where you came out of, there's like a second passage, so it's almost like the chamber here, and there's 2 paths like this. And you guys pour into the space and flex your shoulders, having to not enjoying the lack of claustrophobia for a moment. Hilira, with your perception, you do notice faint light coming from beneath your feet.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. That's a 10. I rolled a natural 5.
You lean down and sort of wipe away the fog to get a better look, but all you see is this faint blue light. And as you sort of lean close, it gets a little bigger and a little bigger until a sort of blue orb sort of floats up in front of you, and you sort of take a step back, and all of you see 1, 2, 3, 6 blue orbs float up to like about eye level around each of you, around all of you. And they just sort of remain there for a moment.
I wave at it.
What is it? What can you see?
You see them too, Scotty. There's like 6 blue orbs. Just floating in the air. Then they'll then just sort of begin moving about. Flying up to each of you.
Do I recognize these from something I have come across with the
Roll
group
a history
before?
check.
Okay. 15.
There is something familiar about them, but you've seen one of these once before. Well, you've seen these before,
Yeah.
but they weren't blue. You do remember, however, a similar orb of blue light. Oh, a similar orb of light. Very nearly sucked the last breath out of your friend Jason. Right as one of them, or the one that you're examining, Scotty, will make an attack roll.
Fuck! Damn it!
13 to hit.
I knew it. You know, I've got. Am I able to use reaction at based on what
so
they're doing?
it's
I got that as well. I kind of shout "Wisps" as I cast shield to block the attack.
a sort of, you guys watch as like this sort of frigid glacial vapor like gets fired out of like a ray of frost basically gets fired out of this ball of light, and Scotty manages to raise a shield of red energy just in time, and he yells "Wisps!" And now I need everyone to roll initiative, please. Let's
Oh, see, I should have just gone. No, I know, but awesome. Yay, nat 20 on the roll. I am on it. For once, I'm gonna actually have a turn.
And I will activate everything in just a moment. Let me just get everybody's tokens in place.
Sorry about that, chaps. Slight emergency. Right, initiative. Oh, good
Somebody want
lord.
to catch him up?
I heard everything. I had my headphones in. That's a 22 for initiative. Oh, sorry, no, we're not doing order yet.
One, two,
Just grabbing
three.
Bithynia's as well. What's her mod +1?
So,
okay.
Amalia, Hilira, Bithynia, Bacchios. Yep, that should be. Oh no, wait, Rorak. Forgetting Rorak. NPCs. Cool. I'll say Rorak hung back slightly, and he's now in that space. So now if I'll activate this again, you guys should be in a brand new space.
Yeah.
And what I'll also do is just reset the fog of war real quick. There we go. Oh, that is not something I want to do. Okay, so let's create a new battle encounter. If anyone's been commenting on Twitch, I do apologize. I won't ping me every time. But that's an aside. So, new battle encounter. Whoop. Let's delete that Minotaur. Okay, so 25 to 20.
23 for Skotinos.
22 for Bacchios.
Uh, 20 to 15.
17 for
Very
Bithynia.
nice. 15 to 10. Oh shit, I didn't roll for Rorak. 1 second. Nice. And, oof.
I'm 14, by the way.
Thank you. Update combatant, 14. Rorak, with his +7 to initiative, becomes a 23. And, I'm fairly certain he goes before you, Bacchios. What's your dex mod?
+7.
My dex mod +3.
Yeah, he goes before you. Yeah, Rorak gets some cool initiative-based stuff. Amalia, what'd you roll?
I don't know if she's here.
I
at the
think
moment.
Amalia is a pillar at the moment.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, that is unfortunate. 1 second, let me just check something. Okay, well...
Done the smart thing and run away because it's wisps again.
Okay, so Amalia gets 3 for the moment, because I just rolled that, and we will come back to that when, Violet is able to join us. So, top of the initiative order. Rorak and, Helira. Actually, let me switch to battle cam, actually. I almost forgot. Yay! So, Helira. Oh, Amalia, you're back. Wait, no, you're not. I don't know anymore.
It's the shadow of her blankie.
Very well. So, Helira. After the changes you underwent, or as in after the experience you had, every now and then you notice that you can, for about a moment, every now and then perceive things a little bit more slowly. And right now is sort of just the initial shock of this happening and combat beginning. You watch as Rorak just basically... He like shrugs his shoulders in such a way that sort of loosens his sling back and sort of like readies his war spikes, and then he grabs with a maneuver bordering on like a parade baton. He produces 2 in each hand, and oh, I accidentally disconnected myself. Okay, let me just. There we go. There we go. Produces 1 in each hand, and he's gonna make 2 attack rolls. Oh god, what happened? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I need to quickly recreate these tokens. One, two, we'll just use that because it's easier. Basically, I deleted the original reference file for some reason, so I'm just going to use the standard ones, and don't know how that happened, but whatever. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's fine. That'll do. He'll attack the first one with a with a 22 to hit, which just hits, and he will deal 9 points of piercing damage with his first war spike. So that becomes second attack. He'll fling that same war spike at this creature again. That is a 21, which misses. This thing is a zippity ball of light that is damn near impossible to hit, and just moves out the way. The war spike just embeds itself into the ice. And because he has 5 levels of Gloomstalker, he gets to make a third attack on his first turn in initiative, which he'll do now. Yep, that is a 24 to hit. He's rolling pretty well. So he does an additional... Oh, wait, no, that's the d20, no. a additional, again, 9 points of piercing damage. So that brings it down to... yeah. And, fuck it. He's gonna, use a bonus action, because he has 2 weapon fighting, to throw another War Spike. This is a build I've been experimenting with for a while, and I've always wanted to test it out.
They're wisps, mate. Throw everything at them. Like, throw the whole rulebook at them. We're all
23 to
good.
hit, which hits. And it deals another... Oh shit, I just realized something. This thing's resistant, so... it gets 9 back, because I calculated that wrong. And this time it did 7. Yeah, 7. Wow, like, I am just the worst today. I'm so sorry. Cool. So, and with each War Spike he throws, yeah, with 2 attacks, the one of them missing, he... in a split second. And he realizes that this thing's still standing after his 3rd attack, and is gonna just fucking use. He's gonna use Action Surge, and he's gonna make 2 more attacks.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So yeah, Rorak
And it's
is 5 levels of Gloomstalker and 3 levels of Battle Master, because I was always curious to see if I could sort of create the ultimate sort of ambush.
Jesus.
Isn't this the wrong way round for the ambush, though?
Yeah, basically, but sort of. I had this idea.
Reverse ambush. I've been prepared to be ambushed
I
all
had
my
this
life.
idea for sort of thrown weapon burst build, and this was. Yep, that one hits, so it deals another. Oof. 5 have to 2. Wrong button. And last attack. Natural 6. And the last one just goes wide. And whoosh, sticks right next to the other one. So yeah. Do you guys Rorak just and you're not sure what happened, but Hilira, you just in that brief moment you saw the whole thing and you just watched them unload 5 War Spikes, 6 War Spikes. 5 or 6, I can't remember. Yeah, it was 6. You unload him 6 War Spikes, but unfortunately this thing is grievously wounded. Like, this thing is flittering, but it is still alive. Moment, please, because I just realized I didn't roll initiative for these guys, because the knight didn't... I'm just going to re-roll initiative for them, because...
Which one did Rorak attack?
The one right next to Scotty.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I've quickly re-rolled initiative for them. 2 seconds. And cool. So, after Rorak's one and done, the one right next to Bithynia is going to fly to Rorak, perceiving him as the threat, and just right up to him, and is going to make an attack. That hits. Yes. And Rorak takes 7 points of cold damage. It's just like and roar! And after this creature has done that, You watch as it travels down, and Rorak does get an attack of opportunity, and he will just grab a sort of machete-like short sword and try to from his hip, and oh no, you can't do that on his turn. And he's not holding any war spikes, so we're just gonna do a claw attack. Pff, no, he doesn't have that high strength, so this thing, he misses as this thing goes beneath the ice. Hang on. Okay, sorry, everything froze for a moment. Why do I feel like I'm floundering so badly?
It's called
It's
life, mate.
wisps.
We all do it.
Next one
Wisps.
is
Everything
going
is.
to fly up to you, Bacchios, and is going to make an attack roll. Oof, no. 8.
No, it does not.
You manage to basically just duck out of the way. This ray of frost blasts out of it, and it will then float straight down. You do get an attack of opportunity should you wish to take it.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, what the fuck do you think you are, cunt?
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
17.
17
No.
total.
Total.
Misses.
Which one was that? Sorry, because that actually no, it would be 18 because that thing's made an attack against me. Because I get a +1 on that. So it still doesn't matter. Which one is that again? Sorry.
The one that's right next to you.
Oh, this one.
Speaking
Okay,
of
cool.
which,
Yeah.
both
Alrighty.
of them have vanished. Both of the one that attacked Rorik and the one that attacked you have vanished beneath the ice. Next up, it is you, Scotty.
Scotinus's eyes have gone very wide as he's having a complete full vision flashback of Jason on the floor, the wisp bearing down and attempting to suck the soul out of his fallen comrade, and a flicker of absolute, he's not a barbarian, but fear and rage that fucker then disappeared and we never actually got it. And then he's going to remember that he could do fuck all to them. So instead, because I'm a bot now, I'm going to... The one next to me is the one that's been fairly badly damaged, right?
Correct.
Okay. No, we need to start getting some of them down though. I'm going to
Okay, turn the
reach
music
down
up
for
slightly.
my,
Hopefully it's not too loud on stream.
gonna reach down for my horn, and whisper, "This one's for Jason," and sort of again bite his tongue, and then breathe down into the horn, and it's almost like low guttural growl that then kind of just emanates into something barely audible as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, could you just double check the wording on Dissonant Whispers and confirm that affects undead, or...
Sure thing.
I'm sure it does, I just want to be...
No, that's fair. Because I checked. I was checking to see if there was anything that would be bad for it. You whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking with terrible pain. The target must create wisdom saving throw on a failed save, 3d6 psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into opposite danger of the ground, fire, pit.
Alright.
Successful saves, and a deafened creature automatically succeeds on the save, but that's the only criteria. I'm going to cast it.
Wisdom, right?
At first level. Yep, wisdom saving throw.
10.
10 fails, and it takes... Ooh, that's not bad. That is 14 psychic damage. I
You
believe.
release
Yeah,
this sort of discordant reverberation. And this thing just, you watch it just vibrates and then just dissipates into like a burst of cold air.
I slowly let out the horn with, sort of a nod of, okay, I've made amends for that. And then I'm going to inspire Amalia, as I say, for Jason. And just with that.
Amalia, take a D6 Bardic Inspiration die.
Nice.
Oh shoot, I just realized something.
Oakley, dokley.
Do I have time to say anything else?
Sure, if it's a brief thing.
To Hilira, I'll just shout, if any of us fall, get us up straight away. And you can see he's scared.
Oh yeah. Next up,
Like, I am vibrating.
you guys all notice the level of fear on Scotty's face. Bokyos, it is your turn.
Upon seeing my quarry leave the battlefield for the ice like a pussy, and also having been attacked by such a thing, I would like to go into a rage.
Right.
Upon doing this, two interesting things happen. The first is due to my chimeric hide.
Oh yeah.
When I enter a rage, I can choose now to have dragon scales erupt from every inch of my naked exposed flesh. So my snarl of rage also becomes a slight squeal of pain as my flesh is rendered with scales all over
in an
my
almost
body.
Mystique-like fashion, these draconic scales weave themselves, just emerge from his skin. It's not quite like head to toe, like Reptile from Mortal Kombat. It's more sort of framing your face and traveling down your neck, almost like a mantle of dragon scales.
Now, with this effect, I get 20 temporary hit points, which is very tasty, and I now have resistance to fire damage. The second thing that happens is you watch as my core underneath the scales glows a bright green, and something random is about to happen, which I'm about to roll for.
Come on, potted plant.
That happened last time. Ooh. Very interesting. So, I rolled a 2, which means I'm able to teleport anywhere I can see within 30 feet immediately. So I would like to teleport. As I can see two enemies over this way,
I thought we were going to teleport
I'm going
into
to
the ice.
teleport. No, I'm not that stupid.
I go after the wisp.
Technically, I can't see that because it's occluded from me. So I could if I tried, but I wouldn't be able to teleport through
No,
solid
you can see it.
stuff because I
You
can't.
can see, you know there's
Oh,
water
okay.
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Don't
But I'm not going
tempt
to.
him, TM.
I'm not that stupid. So. At this point, I would like to make my first attack against this one here. Next, that's in between the three of us.
Go for it.
That's a 24 to hit.
So this one up here.
Yeah.
Okay, 24 hits.
Oh, yes. So, right, that is one of them and one of them. Ooh, that is 11 points of slashing damage on it.
Very good. And yeah, your bone axe once more glows slightly red and vroom, full damage. How much did you say, sir?
11 slashing damage.
Okay, very good.
Is it it's still up, right?
You part it, but then it reforms. It took it. You do notice that it took a second to reform, though.
Oh, very clever. Let's see you do that again. I'm going to go for the backswing on it. Oh, that's a 12. That's not going to hit.
You know, this thing just sort of just it moves up only like the exact amount it needs to avoid you, and not a millimeter more. And then your axe sticks into the ice, but you pull it free.
Next time. That's my turn.
Very well. Next up, the one on the other side of you is going to make an attack against you.
Come on.
That is a natural one.
Perfect.
It will, however, then travel beneath the ice as well. You do get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, fuck yes. Come here. That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. Ooh. That's 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points of slashing damage. You
Oh, my D12s are working really
part
shit.
this one, but it just about manages to reform and will sink beneath the ice.
My damage dice have been shit today.
Oh god, what happened? Oh. My bad, I went slightly out of turn. No, wait, no I didn't. So, next up, the one next to you, Amalia, is going to just float towards you. And is going to do the same thing. It's going to make an attack roll. That is 22 to hit.
That hit.
You take 8 points of cold damage. And this thing as well will float beneath the ice. You do get an attack of opportunity, Amalia. Amalia?
Yeah, I'm just figuring out what to do to it.
You get an attack of opportunity. You
So
get to
many
make a weapon
choices.
attack. That's it, unfortunately. I will also turn your portrait on. I realize that your sans cam.
22.
22 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Question, you know the 6 dice I had? Can I roll it with my damage or no?
The what dice you had?
Scotty gave me a 6, I think it was.
I don't believe so, no.
Keep it.
You need to be a specific kind of bard to do that. This is just to hit or saving throw.
Okay, cool. That is a... Oh, Jesus, what the hell's going on? Sorry, 1 second. 7.
Okay. You carve off a section of blue energy that just dissipates entirely. But it does manage, and it takes the hit, but it does manage to slink beneath the ice. It is Bithynia's turn.
The hell was that?
Morse, it is Bithynia's turn.
Okie dokie. As Amala goes, what was that? What's Bithynia's knowledge about wisps? Because Bithynia wasn't with the party when we were attacked before, so what's her understanding of them? And what works and doesn't
roll
work?
a history check. Or Arcana, her choice.
Well, she would go for Arcana, as that's a plus 13 to the roll. Which is useful because that brings it to a 22 total.
So, with a 22, I will, wisp. So you know, she would know that they are, formed by, sort of malevolent, spiteful souls that don't quite pass on, or maybe are forgotten. And they like to linger around, sort of haunts and battlefields in particular, in order to sort of feed on the despair. She would know that being incorporeal, things like poison would have no effect. And because they're a little phantom, trying to hold on to them, restrain them, knock them down would have no effect either. She knows that they're capable of turning invisible. And she was under the impression that their attacks were of lightning, but these ones seem to be producing ice energy instead.
Okie dokie. Coupled with that, Scotinus's shout and a few other bits, she will then attempt to cast Mind Spike
Okay.
on which who have we got? Which ones are currently left? Actually, can we? Although they're under the ice, can they be seen?
Yeah. So they're not. They haven't made themselves disappear at all. They are just under the ice.
Okay. Wording of Mind Spike doesn't suggest that the ice would block the attack, as it's a saving throw.
What is the wording of Mind Spike, real quick?
You unleash a shimmering lance. Oh, sorry, that's the. I'm much like that as well. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see within range. Yeah. It must make a Wisdom saving throw. So she's going to go for one that hasn't been attacked under the ice.
Okay, so the one right next
choice.
to her.
One of the ones underneath. Yeah, that works. And reach down and cast Mind Spike at it. Which is a Wisdom saving throw.
16?
16 just fails.
Oof.
So it takes she's off. Okay, so it takes 68 psychic damage.
I think it's capable of surviving.
It's nice casting maximize stuff. That's 20 psychic damage.
This thing survives barely.
Roll poorly. Yeah, roll really poorly. And
this thing's on death's door.
Feature,
she basically, you guys watch as Bithynia sort of like raises herself up and then just stares straight down. It sort of does like a heart motion, but then a glyphic eye appears in the center of her forehead, and there's like a boom thump, like a psychic thrum billows outwards in a lance shape in front of her, and the light goes out, and about 6 seconds later flickers back at like a sixth of its brightness.
I'm also, while I have the spell, it can't become hidden from me anymore. If it's invisible, it gains no benefit against that against me, because I always know its location until the spell ends. And Bithynia will then back up to the entrance to the cavern, probably between probably this square here.
Very well. Anything else?
I don't think she has anything that's useful in addition. Nope, I think that's all I will do for now.
Okay. Hilira, it is your turn.
Okay. Is there still a wisp in front of me? Yes, right?
Yeah.
Or is that one gone?
Oh, sorry.
as well?
Let me
Okay.
have a look.
Has that
the one is right in front of you. Yes, that is still there.
Yeah. Okay. Has that one been hurt?
It has been hurt.
I took a slash at it.
Okay, I'm gonna trust in Amalia to take care of that, and I'm going to hold a 3rd level guiding bolt until one of the fuckers shows their faces, and I will release that spell then.
Going very well. You hold you trace the glyph in the air and hold it up, and you guys watch. Whereas before there was sort of hints of green electricity in her guiding bolt, this one seems to instead have these little blue like little comets almost, but like teeny tiny little balls of streaking light circling around the main golden bolt that she's holding in place. next up is the one that got hurt, which will is going to try to take a shot at you, Helira.
Bitch.
Oh. 11.
Nope.
Okay. Whereas before you would just duck out the way, this time actually the you watch as the vapor, the cold ray of frost vapor erupts out of it and also slows down. And you just sidestep it. And then just move back into position. As you guys watch as almost like Hilira just blurs for a second and it just goes, seems to almost like go through her. It will then slink beneath the ice. Hilira, you could take an attack of opportunity if you wanted to, releasing the guiding bolt, but it would be at disadvantage. Because you do have Warcaster, if I remember correctly.
I do. Do I want to? That one's been hurt. Nah, I'll hold it.
Very well. Amalia, it's your turn. Amalia?
Malia, fuck yeah. It's your turn now. Kick those asses. I'm on tenterhooks.
I know.
What's she gonna do when they come for you and mine? While we're waiting for that, Mr. DM,
Yes.
You might want to take a look at the Twitch screen. The cameras are all a little bit misaligned. I'm covering most of Hilaria's face.
Oh, right, I didn't... I had fixed that, but I forgot to click transition. God damn it.
Ah.
So much I have to remember.
I don't mind taking all of Valet's spotlight. I don't mind. It's
All
fine.
the glory.
I need a...
No, it's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. I need... See, I need, like, someone to just do the tech side for me so that I don't have to focus on that as well. Leo, I'm sorry if you, your view was a little compromised throughout all that. I will try to be on top of that, and I will ask my wonderful players to also help me, just be aware of the Twitch chat. No, not at all. No need to apologize. I should be on top of this all, but I have my limits. Okay, we are going to come back to Amalia. It is Rorak's turn again.
Sorry,
Okay.
I just got back. What happened?
So, what happened is I discovered that all I need to do to accomplish something is, move on from it, and just in general.
Oh, dropping bombs.
Oh,
No, like, just in general, like, something only ever happens
wisp-
once
wisp
I've
be
said
killing
it's not
us
gonna
all.
happen. Amalia, you've watched all the wisps disappear beneath the ice. And you're standing there. It's your turn. What are you doing?
Oh, that's not gonna work now. I don't know what can I do. Question: can my echo go into water?
Just doing the math. Let me look up.
that's exactly my thought.
What
as
is
well.
the exact wording of the?
exact wording?
Because
Is
I can
yes, it can
manifest
always
it
do.
like.
Does it say
But
that
you
you can
see
see,
in
or
front
that's
of-
not behind total? Yeah, I'll look it up. Okay, so manifest echo. You can use a bonus action. You can see within 15 feet of you. Yeah, ice is less than 15 feet thick. You can do it.
Okay, put the echo in the water, and then I want to see through it.
All right, you will, boom, and you'll basically just manifest the echo beneath the water. I'm not going to produce a token for that; it's too complicated. But you're basically looking in this sort of murky. Well, no, not so much murky. It's actually quite fresh and clean. The bottom is almost entirely rock on the river. It's about 10 feet deep where you are, and you're just sort of floating in the water next to this will-o-wisp, which is just right underneath the ice.
Smile evil at it and hold my action.
You smile and hold your action? Okay. You're holding the attack action. What are you waiting for? Well, like, what's the trigger?
Well, if it moves, I'm gonna slice it. Or try to, anyway.
Just to clarify, your echo is now in the water, like next to the will-o-wisp. There is nothing separating the two of you.
Oh, okay, it's next to me. I thought you said like it was a couple. Okay.
Well, it was 10 feet. It was 10 feet below the ice, but then you summoned an echo below the ice as well.
Okay, then I'm gonna try hit it. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
It doesn't, but I will try to.
Go ahead and make 2 attacks. You're taking the attack action? Okay, go ahead and take 2 attacks.
What kind of attacks are these?
Oh, with disadvantage because you're underwater. Thank you for the reminder.
There it is. There it is. Sorry.
Okay, I will ignore the one that I just threw.
Well, no, roll again and pick the lower of the 2.
Okay, I rolled a 14. And then...
14 misses, unfortunately. The axe is heavy and especially the cold water. Even though it's an echo, it's still you, and it digs like claws into your muscles, and you're just too sluggish and you are unable to land a hit. But you have a second attack, again with disadvantage.
$16?
16 again misses, unfortunately. This thing is too quick and you're just too slow in the water.
Because I'm angry, my concentration drops and the echo vanishes and I'm on top of the water like...
I feel you, girl.
Did you just stomp your foot, Amalia?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d20 as long as it doesn't land on a 1. 6. You're
Sorry
fine.
guys, she's angry.
Is that your turn, Amalia?
Yep.
Okay, top of the initiative order, Rorak will hold the attack action. And this wisp will fly back up next to Bithynia. Yep. Yep, it will fly back up, and Rorak will, not bothering to throw the war spikes, he'll just take 2 regular attacks. That first one misses, and the second one also misses. No, wait, no, sorry, it doesn't. I was looking at the wrong thing. This thing's AC is slightly different than what I was saying. A 21, yeah, so the second one just hits. And he will deal another d6. 9 points halved to 4. Why is it not?
Is this the one that Bithynia nearly one-shot?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what? Okay, don't know why how I accidentally deleted that one, but... Wait, which one's this one? Oh no, this is the one that... What? There was...
Yeah, I thought that... Yeah, the one that was right next to Bithynia was the one that she used the Mind Spike on.
Think. Okay, so why it wasn't showing it? I may have. Okay, so never mind. Sorry, I didn't know why it wasn't showing its health a second ago. So I got confused between the two. Fine.
It was down 20 psychic damage from Bithynia.
Okay, yeah, no, that did. So oh, okay, then yeah, Rorak does manage to just about make it phase out of existence. Sorry, it is your turn, Scotty.
Awesome. I'm gonna jump back 5 feet, even though it's dead, as the thing comes up, because fuck wisps. And I am all but the frightened condition right now. Which other one? How many more can be physically seen at the moment?
So you can see all of them. They're just beneath the ice. This one here should.
How many have we got left?
4.
4. It worked, or it's worked once, so he's gonna do it again. I mean, there's no frame of reference as to what kind of spells work better or not, but the Dissonant Whispers did work well. So I am going to cast. This time I'm going to upcast it at 3rd level. Dissonant Whispers at another one. Because he just hasn't been keeping track of which ones have been damaged or not. So just any one of them, probably the closest one he can see.
Closest one you could see would be the one beneath Bithynia's feet.
Is that not the one that was killed?
There's a
or
second
is there
one.
a second one beneath? Yeah, at that one then.
Okay, Wisdom Savior.
Yes, that's right.
I just threw my dice into oblivion. Breaking out the bronze dice, and I just... that is a 16.
Just succeeds. So takes half of this, I think. Yep, half of this. So it takes 7 psychic damage.
Okay, good to know.
The spell slot hasn't gone. Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm going to turn the horn towards Hilira, and the ominous whispering becomes a resounding horn of victory as I cast Bardic Inspiration. Offer a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, Hilira, take a d6 Bardic Inspiration.
That's it.
Bakios, it is your turn. Or Bokios, sorry.
Right. They're all just below the ice, yeah? Right, seeing Amalia's echo go down there made me pissed off, because I'm like, why can't I go down there? And then I realised, wait, the magic is flowing. Clothis is giving me guidance. It's time to go. And I use my bonus action to teleport the necessary amount of feet below the ice.
10 feet, yeah.
10 feet below the ice. Okay. And I pop up as I pop up next to one of the wisps. I try to go, surprise, motherfucker, but it comes out as a bunch of bubbles.
Okay.
And I'm going to take 2 swings.
Fuck, you just exhaled.
Yeah, let me just double check the official wording on that.
Oh, fuck.
Well, here's the thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. DM. As a round of combat in D&D takes 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Is 6 seconds long enough for me to start asphyxiating with an empty set of lungs?
No.
That's the question. Okay. As long as we're clear on that, I think we're okay for now.
So
smack.
Let me just double check exactly what the wording is. Given what you're... No, not drowning.
It's such a boss move, though. I'm loving it.
D&D drowning rule. I'm just gonna... I can't find it.
God. That's funny. D&D drowning rule. Are your players dumb enough to go under the water and immediately exhale?
Okay, so I know that if you exhale, the whole minutes equal to your constitution modifier doesn't apply. But I can't
Correct,
remember...
I agree.
A number of rounds. Okay, so what is your con modifier?
My con modifier is pretty damn good. +5.
In 5 rounds, you will drop to 0 hit points and be unconscious.
Good to know. Right, so this is round 1 of 5. I like this.
Bear in mind,
So,
the ice is 10 feet thick.
yes, and bear in mind that I have the ability to teleport 30 feet as a bonus action every turn. I think I'm okay.
What you don't notice is the aboleth in the same. No, I'm kidding.
You motherfucker! You need to pull that shit. Alright, so I would like to make a swing with disadvantage against one of the wisps that I can see. I don't care which one. I'm too angry. I just want to swing.
Okay, so there's two like that are sort of about equally sort of flittering and flickering right next to you.
Okay.
Just either side.
Alright. Either side. So to my left, I'm going to make one swing
Okay, go ahead and
with
make
disadvantage.
A, swing with disadvantage.
Fuck's sake, that's 19.
19
with,
just with disadvantage?
With disadvantage, on the
Just
12 and the
hits.
9, I get +10. Oh,
I got its
yes.
AC wrong earlier. I was
Right.
looking at its total amount of hit points.
Okay. Okay. That is that plus that. That is 15 slashing damage.
And you swear you see a bubble of air form with the sheer force that you part the water with the swing of your axe. And you guys do hear a sound just rumble beneath the surface as you, Bokios, bury your axe into the top. On the way to burying your axe into the ice, you dissipate the wisp out into oblivion.
And then I roach my axe and go for a swing on the other
Okay,
one
make a...
with disadvantage. That's a 23 to hit with disadvantage. On a 17 and 13.
Yeah, that hits.
And, oh, that's even better. That is 17 points of slashing damage.
And with that one, the other wisp is also...
Wait, I can't do that. I've not got any air.
no.
I don't laugh. I have... If I could laugh, I would. But that is my turn.
Okay.
I'm just hovering in the water.
I forgot to do this earlier. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah. That's a dirty 20.
You do not take a point of exhaustion.
Nice. Ooh.
The DC goes up with each round you spend in the ice cold.
Oh, I'm aware.
As we're clear.
Oh, we're clear.
Next up, this wisp will float up and out, and is going to make an attack against you, Amalia.
Can I see him? Can I hit him? Guiding
Yes, you
bolt.
can. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Disadvantage?
No,
or is it okay?
so you're not underwater, and even if you were, it'd be a spell attack, so you're fine.
Okay, okay. Okay, don't betray me now. Okay, that's 13 plus 9. So that's 22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, that is... Oh, God. Sorry. I will just roll on D&D Beyond, because that's 66. That's a lot. I don't have that many dice. That's 2 6s. That's 23 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, even if it had been at full health, you just basically... You watch almost like a white blood cell in a bacterium. The guiding bolt just devours this will-o-wisp and then just burns a hole into the wall, like a clean, radiant damage. Like an ice cream scoop excavation of the ice in the wall.
Nice. It was near Amalia, right? I wink at her.
Very nice. And the last one left will float up out of the ice. Will make an attack against Bithynia. 14 to hit.
Misses.
And will fly down again beneath the ice.
As it does so, I will use my reaction to cast a spell, as I have Warcaster feat, and
Bithynia
as
does?
it goes, has it appeared in the slot that's beside both of us?
No, it's about 10 feet away from you. So sorry, 15 feet away from you.
Okay, sorry, that's fine. Because I can't see where they are on the map. It's hard to tell. Alright, that's fine.
Over, is that, well, I can't remember what the thing is to highlight something, but it's over here.
Yep, cool, that's fine, no worries.
Okay, in that case, it will just disappear beneath the ice. It is Bithynia's turn.
Is it the one that popped up? Was that the one that was damaged by Skatinos earlier?
Yes, it is.
Then rather than attack that one, Bithynia will look peeved, but will instead look to another fairly undamaged source of light. And as it worked fairly well last time, we'll cast Mind Spike. In fact, actually, we're gonna go for Rowlathim's Psychic Lance.
Ooh, yes. Wisdom save, right? Okay. By the way, I totally forgot this step, but yeah, I'll just say it. You guys, the entirety of the ice you guys are walking on is difficult terrain. You would have been moving at half speed throughout all of this, or you would have had to be making DC10 acrobatics checks to not fall prone. So that's going to be happening going forward. I forgot about that. My apologies. That is a no, like 13.
Nope, so fails. So it's going to take. It's basically the same, 8d6 rather than 68.
Oh god damn that spell. Love it.
25 psychic damage, and very Avatar reminiscent.
Yeah, Bithynia's eye. So the glyph at the center of the forehead, which a couple of you recognize as being a symbol of the Sphinx, or specifically Medomai, famous as a sage throughout Theros, glows in the center of her forehead, a bright blue. And she just, again, whoom, this pulse of energy that gives you all a headache for a moment as you feel a 1,000th of it, pulses outwards, and you watch as the wisp stops. Almost like it's fighting and doing this against its will, rises back up again as Bithynia taps her forehead, holds it up to the center of her view, and just says, in a voice that is hers and a second sort of powerful, reverberating, commanding voice, two voices in unison, just says, "Enough!" And seemingly sourcelessly, you watch as the thing vibrates and then is just bursts.
Bithynia will say, "These things don't seem so tough."
She does thumb her nose slightly and pull away a small drop of blood.
Don't let me kill a character. She won't forgive me.
That was just for flavor. With that one, sort of sent so hard into its afterlife, so it didn't need the ferrymen. It basically skimmed the waters of the River Tartar
like a
to
little
the
stone.
other side. Yeah, pretty much. That is how hard she sent it to the underworld. But combat is over, so I will turn off the music, and I will resume the ambiance. And you guys, take a moment and catch yourselves.
The first thing I do is I teleport as high up as I can get, 30 feet straight upwards, because I just want to get out because my lungs are completely empty and I'm surrounded by cold water. So I teleport 30 feet up as my last bonus action to sort of end combat.
You boom managed to do that, yes.
And then come crashing down 20 feet.
Wait a minute. Let me check the rules on rage real quick. I just need to make certain of one thing. I'm sure I'm wrong, but rage. If your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage, you did make an attack.
Did.
I forgot that it's also when you're attacked and not just if you've been attacked. So I was just double checking your rage didn't end before you got to teleport.
Thank you.
But yes, continue.
Yep,
You made
so...
sure. Boom! You watch as Machios, boom, teleports up.
And crash straight down. Oh,
But as you do, I will, like, from where I have since started skidded onto my arse, I will take a horn and blow a feather fall to prevent you from crashing through the ground.
Would you have teleported 30 feet straight up?
I would have gone as far, knowing no air in my lungs, freezing cold. I would have gone as far high up as I could. No logic at all. Just get me out of it.
Yeah.
That actually works out because as you wipe this wisp into oblivion, feel the burning in your lungs, but you're not quite so out of oxygen that you can't feel a hint of satisfaction for a moment. You sort of just take in a moment to look at your surroundings. It just seems like rocky riverbed. Come now. Don't be shy. You hear a soothing feminine voice in your head.
Ooh. Ooh.
And then you feel the lungs burning and you teleport back up.
Ooh. Do I recognize this voice after the feather fall and taking time to...
Nope.
Okay. Oh my god, guys, that was totally fucking awesome. Quick question. Was anyone of you down there with me, like, just now, speaking to me? Did any of you cast any kind of thoughts in my general direction? I'm looking at you, Hilaria, and you, Amalia. Because, yeah, that was a sultry female. That was a sultry female setting. And,
Well, I think Scotty can do a really nice, sultry, feminine voice as well.
I mean, I don't want to assume you're gender Scotty, but I imagine you're packing down there.
As you look to Scotinos, you get the impression that the fear hasn't fully left, and the joke doesn't fully land. He's still, like, actively petrified, so he doesn't respond. And I'm just looking to see if there's any more, like, through the air, full on. I'm now kind of like against the wall, and I'm now kind of getting up, and I'm just looking. But
you feel
I don't
with a very high insight check, you feel a large, hairy hand sort of rest on your shoulder and sort of like just tense slightly, and you turn and see Rorak with a reassuring sort of grip on your shoulder, and he just says, "Some things you can't forget." And he gives you a sort of understanding look.
Oh, I give like I give what might pass as a, yeah, you're right, yeah. Voice, no, that wasn't me.
Rorak, were you expecting a sultry female voice to allure us down to the bottom of this riverbed at some point?
Is he kidding? I actually can't tell.
Listen, I never kid, alright? I'm deadly serious this time. I'm super serial.
Just looks at you and says, "No."
Oh.
Does Bithynia know any, or does anything ring in Bithynia's mind?
Make a history check.
I'll assist.
Thanking you.
How do you assist exactly?
I
I've read my
have done the
brain.
roll. The first dice was a 14, the second was a 2, but I can re-roll if need be. That's not including the whatever her pluses are. So it would be either 27.
I'm gonna say assisting wouldn't be possible in this instance, because it's not like you guys can sit down and do a brainstorming session per se or anything to that effect. Sorry.
We
Do you want me to
couldn't be
re-roll that,
between
or do you want me to
the
take the first dice?
Just straight reroll.
Cool, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem. It's weirdly better.
I figured as much.
that is
That's usually
28.
how it goes
Oh.
down.
28 total.
So
Oh, sorry, did you say history or arcana?
I said history.
Apologies, that would then have been a 24.
No worries. So yes, she has heard of such a thing before. Unfortunately, she immediately begins rattling off like a dozen different things that would meet the description of a sultering feminine voice below the waves. Yeah, so there are sirens and naiads and harpies. I think there's a couple kinds of sea serpents that have like a the body of a woman on like a dangler thing at the end of it, and they just stick that out of the water. It's really quite something. I read about them once.
Okay, right, everyone, keep your horniness to an absolute minimum, because listen, it could get us literally killed and frozen. It might be worth it, but not in the long run. So just keep your pants to yourselves, right? Don't let anything tempt you below the ice.
Is this a pep talk for us or for you?
Oh, 50 little column A, little column B.
He so not listening to you, Rorak turns to you, Barkios. Rorak turns to you, Scotty, and you watch as he basically just sticks two fingers in his mane. He just parts his mane, and you see a heavy scar right on his throat that looks like it narrowly missed the jugular a long time ago. And he just says, "Armonite. Can't go near him since."
Wow. Didn't think I'd be able to fight a wisp again.
You would know.
We showed you fuckers, and he looks and smiles. But yeah, go.
You would know, Scotty. It's not terribly secret knowledge. And Armonite is what happens when a centaur devotes themselves long and hard enough to Mogus, the Minotaur god of slaughter. It's a sort of weird hybrid, fiendish centaur with a lethal stinger tail and these sort of omega-shaped bull horns.
Fortunately, unlikely to be the sort of surrounding we'll find one of those. Let's hope.
He sort of gulps and gives you a nod.
The
Bithynia sort of breathes a heavy sigh. We take a minute.
Scotina seems eager to want to move on, but he'll not go if we need to.
I mean, at this point, Bokios is just sort of wandering around, waving his arms, trying to keep the blood pumping, because he's just been in icy cold water and he's fucking cold. So I'm keen to move on.
Oh yeah. We can move on if we need be. I used everything up for that, so I'd be less able to help. But I've got a few tricks left, so I should be able to still get by. I hope.
Good enough for me.
I'm reluctant to stay here unless we absolutely have to. I'm sure there are more of those fuckers around, but especially if there's a voice that's going to be tempting us, I'd rather be away from it. I'm lying. I just don't want to be in this place.
Make a deception check. And
oh no, I say that. I say I'm lying. He goes. Yeah, I'm lying. I just want to go.
Roll an honesty check.
Can I just double check one quick thing, actually? Raltham's psychic glance has a radius of Oh, it's one creature. Never mind. I thought it was like a
Yeah.
fireball. But no, that's
No, it's an individual. Both Mind Spike and Psychic Lance do just
I'm thinking of
line
synaptic
of sight.
static. I'm thinking of synaptic static. My bad. Very well. So you guys choose to press on?
Is there a way on?
There is a way on. So it's sort of like they said, that sort of... There's a path right next to the one you came that seems to like almost make you guys double back. Sorry, I need to
Ah.
I'm gonna do again. Just do it this way to avoid anything.
We gotta go that way, and
Oh.
is that not the other path that we took? But then shrugs and carries on.
Rorak will just approach Bithynia and says, "If you're sure, let's move on." And we'll proceed. And you guys sort of double back, and sort of this path is returns to the sort of more narrow straight. But you guys sort of step by step make your way through. And I'll say that is where we'll take a 10-minute break.
Banging.
Seems a good place. Use the restroom, refill your water bottles. I need to recover the dice that got tossed everywhere. Thank you so much to everybody. We'll be back in... What time is it now?
It's 20 past.
Yeah, we'll say we'll be back at 9:30 and to resume the journey into the Frost Gauntlet. See you guys in a sec.
Alrighty.
And switching to Be Right Back screen. And we are back. Thank you all so much for your patience. Everybody refreshed? Let's resume. I will turn Amalia's portrait back on and I will click transition again. Excellent. Yeah, so, traveling again in the same single file as before, I presume. Same order. You move forward through these winding, icy straits for about 10 minutes or so. It remains narrow as ever, and the claustrophobia really begins to set in. At about this time, the sheer frigidity and freezing cold begins to set in a bit more again, and I'll have to ask everyone to make another Constitution saving throw. Bokios, yours will be at disadvantage because you're still wet.
Do we get advantage to it because of our cold weather clothing?
You aren't dead because of your cold weather clothing. Put it that way.
Fair enough.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
That succeeds.
I rolled a 2.
I'm going to choose not to make... Wait, 11 and a 2? Wait, what?
No,
I've,
yeah, you've just seen
and-
mine.
yeah, I rolled an 11 and a 2,
Yeah.
and then plus 9. So if one lower, I'd have just automatically failed.
Yeah. So,
I did roll a 2, so I rolled 9 as Skotinos.
Skotinos, you suffer a point of exhaustion as the cold begins to set in.
I also
Continue at 16.
got a 9.
Hilira, you suffer a point of exhaustion
Oh no!
as the cold begins to set in, and your movements become more sluggish. I'll double check though. Anybody who is resistant to cold damage would not be required to make any saving throw. Okay, just double check in case I'd forgotten about something. I wouldn't have asked Bithynia to roll anyway because that wouldn't be fair on Rebecca. But fair enough. Amalia, would you roll? I'm going to count to 10, and then I'm going to roll for her.
Life in the DM's hands.
Okay, rolling for Amalia. She's never gonna believe me.
She roll a 1.
I rolled a natural 1.
Well, she's free to voice her complaints.
So, for the moment... what do you mark exhaustion on D&D Beyond?
Conditions.
Oh, right.
May I double check something?
Yes?
Just because, why not? Because I want to go. The wording under clothing cold weather says, as long as cold weather clothing remains dry, its wearer automatically succeeds on saving throws against the effects of extreme cold.
I will reread.
Because I don't want to take disadvantage because I'll suck.
Okay.
Only on ability checks.
Okay, so I thought that the extreme cold in this was its own thing. I didn't realize it was a pre-established. So yes, it is normal extreme cold. So, cold weather gear naturally succeed. So I apologize. I read that completely wrong. Bokios, yours still... Okay, yours still carries through though, I'm sorry. Because yours was wet. You also don't have cold
that's
weather
fine.
gear. Oh shit,
No, I don't.
Rorak.
I don't.
I have to pick my battles with the DM so carefully, but
I
I think
think I've been.
I think
I've been pretty. I have an open door policy when it comes to questions.
But there's a difference. There's a difference between asking it and then asking the top. Like I've the players will argue every time something bad happens and go, "Can't I get advantage because I'm nice?"
I appreciate your humility. I'm just double checking.
I appreciate not having disadvantage.
I'm just double checking. Does Rorak need to roll in any specific? Does he get anything for being a ranger? I don't think so. I don't think the tundra is one of his favorite terrains. Nope. So, natural 18. He just shrugs his shoulders and keeps moving. But it does open up the narrow strait. You see a small, chilly niche that appears empty. This one's about a quarter the size of the place you guys just did. It's scarcely 10 feet across. And you see a secondary path. Again, very similarly, you guys almost seemed... You had doubled back and you guys were heading in the direction back for a long time as you were passing this way, and it's sort of like a... But now you're sort of V-ing again and you're heading sort of the way you were originally heading. This is a very windy chasm. But, sorry, the one that would, the path that would head out of this little, abode, or this little, crevice. Oh, what was the word that was easier? This little, niche, my bad, would, again, sort of double you guys and head you forward again, if that makes sense. So sort of like a down, and then the path that would lead out of this niche goes this way again.
Sorry, but on stream, Ali's camera is very zoomed in.
Oh.
Oh my, yeah.
Let you know.
God damn it. Alright.
Sorry.
No, not your fault.
You can't see my ugly mug though. That's, you know, probably a good thing on the rest of the on our viewership.
I will never understand the logic of technical issues. Like, why? Why is this a thing? And I'm sure there's an explanation, but it's just... I got no patience for it. Okay, hopefully that stays.
We shall see.
But, oh wait, I need to actually press the transition button or nothing will happen. Very well. So, there is the path you guys came, and the path that and a sort of secondary path that leads out of that both lead out of here, and it has a sort of similar fork shape to it that the one you guys came from previously also did, if that makes sense. So guys, well...
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I would like to again see whether or not there's actually no, screw the checks. We always know we need to go to the left, so let's go to the left. But we know,
Okay.
going to the right means death, going to the left. Let's just go to the left.
Okay.
Anyone dispute that?
I mean, I'm under the impression you're some form of ranger. So I'm trusting you know where you're going. So I'm like, yeah, fine.
Sorry.
You've not led us astray so far, so you must be a ranger.
Are you rolling a survival check?
I can roll you a survival check if you
Oh
want.
no, I thought you seem to be rolling some dice, so I was just double checking.
Oh no, I was getting ready to roll in case you said roll a survival check. I just wanted to be jolly on the spot.
No, I was gonna say roll a persuasion check to convince Scotty that you are very confident in.
That, sir, is a natural 20.
Oh.
I never had any doubt.
No, you didn't. No, that's right. You look at my bulging pecs and you just get hypnotized as they jiggle up and down as I say, I know what I'm doing.
You are...
yeah.
Okay, you exude the confidence of like a hot tub salesman at a state fair or something like that. It's like... You have a PowerPoint presentation on why you know exactly what you're doing. And Scotty, you are just... wrapped.
I'm sad I'm at the back. I need to be closer.
Yeah, you do. Get closer to me.
But we travel to the left to our doom.
Always to the left, sir. To the left, to the left. A path always leads down the path to the left.
Hilira. You would notice, actually, with your passive perception of 15, a small, a sort of darker patch beneath the ice, just where you guys are here, in the middle of the little niche.
Okay. Do I have to walk towards it, or is it
It's
just
like you have to walk like 3 feet to get to it, but yeah, so it's so you walk 5 feet and you're like right next to it. It's like this section of ice that's darker, like almost black, just a patch of it. About
Okay. Yeah.
5 by 1 foot.
Okay. Can I like reach my hand towards it, try and like touch it?
Okay, you reach out and you brush aside dew, and you see a human man's face, frozen with the echo of his last horrifying scream still etched on his face. Just frozen beneath the ice.
Oh no! I back up. I'm officially spooked.
What is it?
What? Oh, it was just like a decapitated human head, like, just staring at me like, I'm dead now, like, bad fight.
Helira. At the back of your head.
Fuck.
Don't be afraid. I'll protect you.
Thank you, scary voice that I do not know. Do I recognize the voice, or?
It seems to be just a, like, gentle, barely above a whisper feminine voice.
Does it have a source? Do I think it has?
Roll roll an insight check. No, perception. Roll a perception check.
14.
You have no idea where it came from. You just heard it.
I'll slowly move back towards the head, because that's where the voices started.
Okay, moved away. And the face is just frozen in horror.
So, I guess you didn't have a great childhood?
There is no response. Rorak just taps it with one of his war spikes. A human. This makes no sense.
It's
Well,
a
you
bit
said-
odd.
They said there are plenty have tried travelling here, just not successfully.
Plenty of our kind. I have not heard of others. At least from the side of the pass in Oriskos. It is possible someone in Satessa may have discovered the path that leads into the Nessian Wood, but it is unlikely.
So, I guess we move on, but don't go for a dip.
Okay.
I think that's a very good idea.
Rorak nods. And, resumes moving. And you guys march onwards. And once more, the pass narrows. And you're forced to walk in single file. And about 5 minutes of quiet shimmying as you guys slowly move throughout this passage. Keep in mind as well, you have to move at 10 feet. I was in at half your
Just
speed
on
in
the
order to not break stuff. Yes, Scotty, sorry?
What did we do with Plummet?
Oh, shit.
He's still back at the camp.
Oh no.
I will say that Plummet is circling overhead and has strict instructions to bolt for Melatis if anything starts flying towards him. Because above you does, you know, after like half a mile, like, there is, so you can see sky above you. It's just,
because I remember we had to get him stuck inside initially. So, oh shit.
So you guys
Okay,
can
cool.
see, oh shit. Oh wait, so, nice, fine. I'm gonna just keep it simple. Plummet, yeah, so there is sky above you guys. It's just, framed by sort of quarter-mile high walls of ice that is as smooth as tile.
Cool.
But Bithynia does check in every now and then, and Plummet seems okay for the moment. He's still currently circling. And you guys resume. And you guys move along. So once more, the initiative order was Rorak, Bokios,
Correct.
Scotty, Bithynia, no, sorry, Hilira, Scotty, Bithynia, Amalia. Or Hilira, Bithynia, Scotty, Amalia. Fine. And how are you guys traveling through, just out of curiosity?
I'm trying to take really long, big strides, like trying to distribute my weight. I've learned from my previous many mistakes.
Okay, so you guys are all about 10 feet apart? What?
About that, I would say.
So
Okay.
yeah, we've kept the same thing. I don't think we're being particularly stealthy or anything, unless anyone else was. But I think we're just trying to get through it because they're going to see us because it's just a straight.
Yeah, you're basically
path.
having to move much slower than you anticipated because of everything. But you guys progress, and the strait winds and bends for a little bit longer than the others, like a bit longer than the others. And Scotty. Welcome. Welcome. A sort of soothing feminine that's but also chilling, no pun intended, voice just carries on the wind. Just says, welcome.
I stop and close my eyes for a minute, and I think to myself, or aloud, but to no one in particular, is that one of yours?
Moment passes. You seek answers. Come. I will show you the way. It's that same, dulcet, and there's also an ASMR quality to it. It's just like a delicate feminine voice says, come. Let me show you the truths you seek. And you hear like a sort of feminine chuckle.
Is there anything serpentine in the voice?
Make an insight check.
Fuck. 9.
You can't really tell. You didn't hear anything that sounded snake-like in terms of like a hissing sound or what you might expect.
I'll just keep walking. I don't say anything, but
Okay.
then after a moment, keep walking.
Amalia. About 5 minutes later. At last. So strong. So bold. I will say that Amalia says nothing to you guys. What?
Amalia's
Can
just
I
muted
actually
herself.
say something?
Okay, yes, you absolutely can. We are excited for you two.
Sorry. You guys heard that, right? Like, that's not just me.
What? What are you talking about, Maria?
Like, you guys can hear the creepy little voice, right?
Yeah, I heard her when I found the head, you know?
As Helira
spooky
shouts
head.
openly. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a shout for avalanche mechanic because I don't hate you guys. I don't hate you guys that much. It's okay.
Icicle storm. I think I've heard it too.
I definitely have. She wanted me to stay below the ice with her and get down and dirty, but I was like, nah, mate.
I imagine we're going to find out soon enough. It's encouraged us to keep moving forwards, which is just the way we need to go.
You all hear at the same time now. You're almost there. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I lost my virginity. I said that in
I feel like
character,
it's
not as a player.
Good clarification.
Oh yeah, me too. In character. Totally. And Bithynia actually chimes in strangely and says, "Really? I haven't heard anything."
You didn't hear the spooky voice just say something?
No.
Kind of like a little girl, like a really creepy little girl.
Okay, I can't do the voice, but just for clarification, it sounds like ASMR, like full-grown woman soothing kind of thing, which I can't do and ends up sounding like a little girl, but whatever. But
I mean that in the most, like, disrespectful way to, like, a DM.
yeah, be glad your mic cut out then. But yeah, I didn't have time to practice the voice. My bad. Anywho. But yeah, Bithynia says, no, a little while ago, I felt like a slight feeling, just sort of putting a little pressure on my head, and I just, like, pushed it aside.
Maybe it's just because you're really smart.
Maybe. Could also...
Maybe it's that we're all really dumb.
Well, that's a possibility, but with, like, you know, positive vibes, you know?
Well,
Maybe it's because you wear a hat. Oh, wait, no. I also wear a hat. That doesn't make sense. It's very confusing. I will step back a little bit. I'll say, I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you. And I'll cast message. I'll take out a little wire. And then I'll do in my best impression of the soothing lady. I'll go, You're very welcome here. Woo! To Bithynia, to show what the voice sounds like.
Oh. No, I haven't heard anything like that. To be fair, my power comes from a very powerful sphinx. So, head stuff is a little trickier on me.
Are we gonna follow the creepy woman voice?
Rorak says,
I think the way is just
We
a
have no
straight line
choice.
anyway. Perhaps we just keep an eye on everyone's behaviour. If something changes, we I don't know how we deal with it, but just be ready for it, I guess.
I don't want to be possessed again though.
I know, and I will like squeeze your shoulder, and I say, "We'll be fine. We'll stick together."
Okay.
and just before you guys move on, Scotty, you hear, don't worry, you'll never have to change for me.
Ugh. Mentally, like he's part of him's freaked out, and part of him is making little mental notes of things to say at the bar.
You guys travel onwards in silence. The walls of ice seem to almost close in on you with their presence. But all of a sudden they give way. And they open up into a large dual cabin. Sort of like a large circular cabin that narrows, then opens up again into a second, even larger cabin. The ice in here, whereas previously, the ice had been almost these smooth walls. Here you see a collage of different shapes and sizes of icicles that just adorn the walls. And makes everything glitter with ethereal prettiness. That's not what catches your attention, though. What you see is, looking down, this room is filled with the bones of various humanoids and creatures to create an almost mass grave. You see everything from hoplites and long rusted away armor. Various different ilk of Leonin, like lion folk skulls and bones just littered on the ground, still clasping their weapons. Even a few long decayed frost giants lying upon the ground.
Is there any way to determine how old all of these bones are, whether or not they're fresh or really old?
A survival check.
Could I offer him advantage because
Yes, you can. I'll say yeah for that. In that instance, yes, you can. Hilira, what you notice as well on the other end of the room, in a corner, just with your perception, is what you're fairly certain is a frozen over dragon skull.
Ooh. I rolled a 22 with my survival check.
It is tricky to tell because of the cold, but it's in various stages. So some of them are just skeletons at this point. Others have, basically the cold preserves the meat of the flesh so that it decays far more slowly. And so there's some Leonin that there are some like Leonin that are still intact, as in they look like they died yesterday, but you get the sense that those could very well have been dead for years, whereas some have been dead for decades. With a 22, I'll say you're able to basically just adjust the scale of your assessment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Based on that, you don't see anything that's been dead for less than a year. Except about 24 Leonin. Dressed in black garbs that have a white hand wreathed in sort of smoky tendrils. The same symbol Rorak carries on his armor.
What's Rorak doing?
He's not moving. He's like frozen. He's just paralyzed with just staring at the bodies in front of him. Amalia, you would know. That was everybody else. Like, everybody who is not accounted for in the statues is lying dead before you right now. I'm so glad you've come. We have so much to talk about. And a section of the icicles is standing in front of you that seems to move ever so slightly. And what you realize is standing perfectly still, camouflaged completely into the icicles behind them, stepping forward into the center of the room, the source of the voice finally makes itself known.
What is it?
You see... Sorry, 1 second. A 12-foot tall nude maiden. Sorry, 10-foot tall sort of nude woman, except she's made entirely out of ice and frost. Her eyes burn with a cold blue light, and a thin cloak of mist forms around her. Blades of ice grow out of her body at odd angles, breaking off before they get too long. As she moves towards you, her body crackles, like glaciers grinding against each other. If anyone needs a picture,
would any of us
recognize?
Oh, fuck that! Would any of us? Well, would any of us recognize this? I would like to, instinctively try to recognize this creature.
Roll a history check.
Oh, those aren't my strong suit.
Bithynia try. I don't think Scatina has an idea, but Bithynia might.
Bithynia can try. Yeah, I'll let Bithynia.
Yeah. That's a solid 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Using my brain is not Bokios' special ability.
You know what? It is the woman you lost your virginity to. With a 5.
Oh god.
22 for
that
Bithynia.
bitch.
With a 22. I'll say with a 22, Bithynia tenses up and says, "Wait. Something's not right." It's unfortunately very obscure.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This frost-covered woman, or this ice maiden, basically, steps into the center of this large cavern and says, "I'm so glad."
Why have you summoned us here?
Just looks at you up and down. course.
Probably doesn't take very long because she's so tall.
You are strong. That's good. Very good.
Strong enough to answer my question, or I'm going to get pissed off. And you don't want me. You won't like me when I'm pissed off.
I see your hate.
Hate for gods. Or goddesses that piss me off again. So do tell.
Goddess.
Fair enough, goddess. Nice boobs. Kudos.
She says goddess like a question. Goddess?
Ah, sorry.
You
I do
insult
apologize.
me, little man.
Not little.
Oh wait, so if you're not a goddess, what are you, a demon?
How sad. To be reminded eternally that they have forgotten. Very well. You shall remember soon enough. All of Theros shall soon enough. I am Ithra. And she just, her sort of frosty form just breaks into like a, like if it were on a human, it would almost be like a genuine, warm, beautiful maiden smile, framed by this being of, just cold form that reaches into your soul, and her piercing blue eyes just almost, something is unsettling about them as they stare into you, but oh. She just says, yes, I am Ithra.
Malia, is he here?
Malia, roll a perception check. As Amalia is sort of scanning the room, looking for her target, Ithra continues.
I rolled a 7.
It's too... There's too much sort of, I guess, carnage, for lack of a better word, to make out individuals. You'd have to sort of like comb through to be certain. But
Question, would I be able to step forward?
yes, you would.
Should I step forward? Like, more closer to them?
Yeah, you step forward. You take a step forward, and she sort of, her attention sort of almost like a sickening snaps towards you. And she smiles again. Blood of my blood. You come to me, my child. At last. I've watched you from afar, waiting.
Waiting for what?
For you to come, of course. For you all to come.
And lo, we have arrived now. Please do tell, what do you want with us? I'm a simple man and I don't appreciate lengthy riddles.
You have come And she just gestures out to you, Lokios, this time. To become one in the endless winter.
Nope, I don't think I have. I think we came here to do a simple job, not bond with the eternal form of winter. So, what are you gonna do about it?
She just smirks at you. Does he speak for all? You, red one. You have come.
My eyes don't. While she's talking, I don't respond. I'm looking to Malia. So go on.
You have come for my blessing.
Trying to avoid. I deliberately avoid eye contact. We've lost Amalia, by the way.
Noted. I think, I remember Amalia saying that she had to, go around this time. So, apologies for that. We won't be carrying on too much longer. But she, Come. Receive my blessing. Take my pilgrimage. And be one in the family. Children of mine, at last.
All right, what do you think about all this? Just like gesturing, like offhand, behind my show, turning, just like offhand, just like gesture. What do you think about all this? Just part of your master plan?
I have no idea what this is. And at that,
Mood.
Ithra, Helira, with your insight, you sense a teensy bit of impatience. I am Ithra.
Okay, so what the vibes I'm getting here is you really want to make babies.
I'm getting more the used chariot salesman.
Oh well, I thought you wanted to make babies. Well, you know, I can't help make babies. I can probably guide, but I can't help you make babies. So you'll have to ask one of the boys.
Silence!
They can probably.
Just basically a chill erupts outwards. As all of a sudden the icicles tilt and shift. And basically, like, it's so loud you guys actually have to, like, clasp your ears for a second. As the blue in her eyes deepens. A shame. Such power. Wasted.
I think you've probably got to work on that bit. Ooh.
There's no way to do dramatic pauses effectively over web chat. People just assume you've stopped talking and are waiting for a response. And now I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Well, that's bad at cutting words right there.
Yes!
Your insolence will not be forgotten. You had the opportunity to be children of perfection, disciples of mine Father.
Well, we
I
may.
I don't get to ask this question often enough. I just got to ask you one thing. Who's your daddy?
At that point, Bithynia, who's had a sort of worried, confused sort of frown upon her forehead, her eyes snap open wide. And she just utters one word. Kriotelos. Which, especially coming from Bithynia, sends a chill down everyone's spine at the same time. Kriotelos, known by his official title, is Titan of Winter's Bite.
Oh, fuck.
And Bithynia, sort of, her hand starts to visibly shake slightly. And Aethra says, "It matters not. Soon enough, none of it shall matter anymore." And she sort of lazily raises a hand and begins to coalesce. A torrent of winds forming a sort of spherical blizzard in the palm of her hands. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh no.
Kriotelos. Oh, that's filthy. Oh.
I'll
All right, well, that's going to be a
Worth
fight.
it. I think
That's going to be a
worth
fight.
the insult. Yeah, it will. It's fine.
Plus, how often am I genuinely going to make
know,
Who's Your
right?
That is
Daddy
true, that is very
work?
true.
In part, I had to take that. I'm sorry. I'm worth it. If I die, worth
Nope,
it.
that is
I think
totally
every
fair.
single one of us took like a really like low ball swipe, and I'm like, I'm all for it.
I will quickly say thank you so much to everybody and anybody who tuned in. We can't all wait for you to join us next week as we undertake this